Okay, so I just woke up and I got the notification that the update was out soon. I also just checked the balance changes. Oh my god. I don't know what this part is. I'm pretty sure this is just making characters harder to Evo, which is there anyone here that I don't have? Okay. That's Goku. That's Undead. I don't have him yet. That's Vegeta. Okay, so Undead, Vegeta, and Goku are harder, maybe on the ultra rare Evos. I have all of these Evoed. I don't have Purgatory, Ablaze Evoed. That's, what's his name? Psyche K? Yeah, Pink Hair Boy is Psyche K. I don't have him fully Evoed. Umu's harder to Evo? I hope it is just meaning like they changed it to where it's either harder or easier. I have him Evoed. I don't have Gojo Evoed. And then Sombra, fucking Shadow is changed. Now we actually have description changes for like different passives. Music now explains what it does for all the notes, which is very useful because originally we had to guess which one does which. Sleep now has a single effect instead of stun plus sleep. Manual abilities for what's his name? Alucard, Shadow, Moss King, I forgot his actual name, and then Benimaru. All of them changed. If you want to see this, it's obviously in the Discord. So it's just right here in the balance changes, right below social and right above tier list in the info page. There's also new passive changes for the category buffers. Oh, okay. There's a new description for Ayanokoji's. Oh, and it now mentions the cost decrease by percentage. Okay, good. Eclipse Net. That's Griffith. Okay, now it mentions the path summons. New secondary passes for these units. So these units, passes will be described down a little bit. Stage changes, characters get harder, bosses get harder, and super bosses get harder. I think the only one that actually got nerfed a little bit was, I think, Z Game. Yeah, this one wasn't that much. Oh, wait, no, Android Future. The enemy HP by 10% isn't that much. But freaking Chaos Return got buffed by an insane amount. That basically means that we're most likely going to need to be doing Chaos Return for All Might for the hero tokens. Good thing I have some grinded. Oh, wait, do I have villain grinded or do I have hero? Dang it, I'm going to have to grind it most likely. New buffs for the different passives. Absorption now does 100% instead of 30%. Love now does 4% instead of 2.5 damage. That's actually really good. So if you have a charm team, you can actually bring a love unit like what's his name? Yuta Okotsuku. Or no, I just said his last name wrong. Yuta from JJK or um Ria's Grimory's Evo. They're both love units. Painful, I don't really care about that one. It's basically useless because you're not going to purposely damage your base. Fluctuating, I don't have this one. Like, I don't know any people with this one. So I don't know what it would do. But they upped the damage per tick to 40% instead of what it used to be. Plus 30% multiplied by the amount of DOTs that the enemy is currently inflicted by. Oh, so it's kind of like Justice, but it's for DOTs. Here's unit changes. Star Sorcerer got nerfed. Her damage got decreased, and then her cost was increased. I forgot which version this is. Vegeta, no. Okay, both of the both of the fusions are on this. So I'm actually wait, never mind. No, they're not. I don't remember which one it says. Pretty sure. Yeah, this is the one that had the Evo, the Super Saiyan one, the one that was insanely OP when it first came out, but now it's not. He got buffed by 250%. They changed his passive to raise and crit, and then the counter is a secondary passive. He's now hybrid on placement, and he has a manual that um, makes all units, well, all enemies target him. So he's basically not a meta support, but even right here says that they didn't want him to they didn't want him to become a huge meta DPS. They wanted him to do decent damage while also supporting the entire team. Dark Flame Lover got buffed by 100%, and then the category buff got buffed as well. And then they have added a new secondary passive. Any unit with the love passive in range will do 2 times damage when landing a critical hit. So he's even better to bring a love and charm team. Hero of Help, Pochita. SPA on the last move decreased from 8 seconds to 5 seconds, and then Erase secondary passive now applies a permanent 30% slow instead of 10%, and decreases the enemy HP by 25 instead of 10. Which basically just makes him decent. Well, not decent. I don't have him, so I can't see what he used to be. But that should make him way more useful in teams. Dragon Emperor. Kaido got a buff right after I made a video about him. Damage increased by 300%. He's now hybrid on placement, and he now has a secondary passive called Draconic Heat. Every 10 seconds, this unit deals 2 times damage to all enemies in range, applying the Flame 2 passive. Their intention is to make Kaido an absolute DPS beast. So I'm going to go into the game, and I'm going to make another video about him to see the changes. I'll do another video to see all of the changes. But this one shocked me. I didn't think that they would be reworking most of the MRs. But it's good. That just means that they're most likely going to be making them actually OP. Because some of these characters are very, 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 very hard to get. And they should be worth our time to get them. Because power creeping was hurting a lot of old MRs by a lot. Nightmare got a rework. I use this unit a lot. Passive change to Horror instead of Despair. That's going to hurt a little bit. Actually, wait, no. That's perfect. Oh, there's a new tier list. SPA increased to match Horror's uptime. I hope her damage got up too, because that's going to be annoying. Her manuals got buffed too. LF, SPA is decreased to 0.1 seconds instead of 0.3. Base protect duration has been increased to 60 seconds instead of 30 seconds, and the cooldown has changed to 500 seconds instead of an infinite cooldown. Now we have a base protect that actually can be popped, but if you're going to pop it, you will probably not have 500 seconds to survive. Dalet, healing has been increased to 200 times attack instead of 25, and then the cooldown has increased to 1,000 seconds. That's really good, the healing, because her healing was on the very weak end. 25 times. Her average damage back then was, I'd say around 5,000. Not 5,000. 5 million. And 25 times that is not a lot in base health terms, so 200 times is going to help out a lot. Hey, duration of the resist has been increased to 100 seconds. That's the one that shoots all of your units and makes them resist to all types of debuffs, right? Yeah. Hit, the HP of the summon has been changed to 20 times attack as HP instead of 2 times, and then the cooldown has been reduced to 10 seconds. So that's actually good too for like not crowd control, but something like it, to where if you don't have any other moves, you can just spam that and get like you can at least get some damage done to the enemies. Tet. Summons damage has been increased by 300%, and they have granted the explosive passive, and they last 45 seconds on the map now. That's good because her summons were really weak, and they disappeared before they could do anything. I don't know what passive they did before, but now they do explosive, so that's good. Awtd. When activating this manual, Kurumi also gets a 500% damage boost. I'll double check what this does in game, other than giving her a damage boost, which is amazing. Awtd LF cooldown has been reduced to 300 seconds. I don't remember what that one does. And then Awtd Bet, this is her rewind. Cooldown has been reduced to 2000 seconds instead of an infinite cooldown. Again, same with the base protect. If you end up using this, you're not going to have enough time for 2000 seconds to be able to pop it again if you're using it. If you're using it, that means that you're in later parts of the matches and you're going to end up dying within that time. Oh, yep, and they literally said it. Kurumi has been powercraft as a support unit way too hard by all these new insane horror units. And then they did this to bring her back to the meta spot. Fairy Queen MR. Damage has been increased by about 50%. Summons damage has been doubled. Charisma of Desire. Manual now buffs damage by 2.5 instead of 2.3. So she's one of the best buffers again. Obviously, the best buffers are the 3 times buffers for the category buffs, but this is the next best one. I still think Rock Girl is the best in the game. But oh well. Rode this Camelot manual now deals total damage times 5 instead of 20. Okay, so that's a nerf. Oh, and her nuke has been banned in the Abyss game mode now. Okay. Oh, wait, did I say anything about stuff? Oh, wait, no, this is around here. Yeah, I think it's later in the thing. But most of the units from Abyss will be getting major buffs because they've been feeling that the Abyss units have felt incredibly lackluster over years. Most old Abyss units still have nothing unique to them that makes their kit desirable. Shisui is the first Abyss unit to get more complex kit. Other Abyss units will slowly get new, cool abilities that makes them stand out as units that you can't really change with anyone else. Yeah, so these units will actually be useful now. Once that I might have to get him now, just because he's cool. From all the stuff that I've seen here, he's actually pretty cool now. Okay, Blood Queen LR. I use her a lot. Passive change to hemorrhage instead of bleeding. That's good. New secondary passive. Every second, Blood Queen will do 2 times damage to enemies in range inflicted by bleeding. After this buff, around 75% of this unit's DPS will come from the passive. Okay, so the passive will be the main damage dealer. Okay, so she's good to bring with a full bloody unit team because that's her leader skill, and she's really good. You just have to keep getting as much bleed as you can, because if she deals 2 times damage to enemies in range afflicted by bleeding, it doesn't mean it's just her bleeding. It's every unit you have placed. It's their bleeding. Purgatory LR. That's Rengoku, right? Placements change to 5 instead of 2, and cost decreased by around 60%. Okay, so it's basically just his cost only changed because of the placements changed. Gambling Sorcerer. Damage increased by around 90%. Attack boost received from failing the jackpot increased to 777% instead of 555%. Attack boost received from hitting the jackpot increased to 7,777% instead of 2,777%. And Hikari now becomes immortal after hitting the jackpot. That is good. Remember, 99% of gamblers quit before they hit big. What are the devs doing? Illusion Ninja. This is Shisui. Damage increased by around 200%. New secondary passive. Katao Matsukami. I don't know if I said that right. I haven't watched Naruto in a long time, so I don't know if I said that right. Enemies in range will be rewinded 10 seconds. That's good. New manual. Illusion Ninja Clone. Shisui creates 3 clones of himself. The summons have the Flame 2 passive and will last for 60 seconds. That's actually pretty good. Freedom UR plus plus plus. So that's Aaron. Passive change to Destroyer, and then the Rumbling manual now spawns 200 Titans. Okay, so he's even better now for small stages like Fairy Camelot. He's even better for that now. He's basically better for every single game mode. They're saying that he will be a meta. He will most likely be a meta infinite for the nuke options, but he's still good for normal, like infinite, game modes as well. So like the Dragon Ball one, Fairy Camelot, what else? Boss Rush. If you can get him, the random unit. Yeah, he's still useful. Dark Swordsman UR plus plus plus. Berserk Armor secondary passive now increases this unit's damage by 100% when stunned, and then the cost decreased. That's insanely good. If I have a team for him that gets him stunned almost all the time, I think there's at least one unit in this game that actually stuns units around him. Every tower defense had that moment where they were going through having a unit stun others. There he is. Gordon Frieza. The manual now gives significantly more damage per wave. He is one of the grindiest characters in the entire game, and the devs wanted to make him stronger. So now he will most likely be a strong meta light unit again. Star King. That is Kirito. Damage increased by around 50%. Okay. Dog Captain. Passive change to Unstoppable instead of Raise Attack / Painful. That makes sense. Painful is one of the worst passives ever. Maki, her damage is increased by around 200%. And the new secondary passive, when this unit reaches 300 million total damage, it'll get a 5 times damage boost and guaranteed superpower for 25 seconds. That is good. Maki might actually start carrying Green Element now, because that's insanely good. Dennis. After Denji's death as a farm unit. Damage increased by around 250%. Passive change to Bleeding in Flame instead of Bleeding Superpower. Bleeding in Flame basically means that he has this passive on all moves now. This unit is now hybrid. That is good. So he's going to be a good damage unit now. Vegeta UR plus plus. Damage increased by around 300%. It's to make him around the strength as Goku for the damage buff. Okay, so they're actually useful in a team now. Ichigo, so that's Vestal Lord. That's the Vestal Lord one. That's Ichigo Mad, and then the Mask, and then the Vestal Lord. Damage increased by around 50%. Deal 3 times damage when attacking enemies afflicted by the Madness DOT passive. Oh, okay, so he actually has use now. Flame Emperor, that's Ace. Damage increased by around 300%, and now he has Counter Flame instead of Flame. That's really good. Pegasus Knight, I don't know that character, but damage increased by around 100%. That's good, because I have Honored One on him, and he is a very strong light unit. Very draconic. That's the Fate one. Okay, so she just had a damage buff. Fear Symbol, that is Shigaraki. Damage increased by around 400%. Passive changed to Void instead of Decay. Category buff is now 6% per upgrade with a max of 54 instead of 5 per upgrade with a max of 45. So yeah, his buff is actually really good. He can be a meta DOT since he's full AoE. And he buffs, I believe, Villain. So that's really good. Koji UR, which is Yuji. I think that's UG Sirius. Damage increased by around 125%. Passive change to Black Flash instead of raise attack and crit. That's actually kind of sad because I used him a lot for my money farms. So unless this does some sort of critical, I can't use him for that team anymore. But he does have an extra boost where Toto is in it. New secondary passive, Brother. If Besto Friendo is in range, UG will get a 50% damage boost and a 30% extra chance to land a Black Flash. Which, as I said in this, keep in mind that Black Flash can get up to 100% if Toto is placed, which means that you can make UG deal with 5 times damage constantly. So yeah, if you bring a team with UG and Toto, it's guaranteed 5 times damage for UG at all times. Besto Friendo, damage increased by around 300%, and Manual now increases this unit's damage by 100% instead of 40. That's good too because his Manual gives a permanent superpower, and you have to get to like 300 million damage, I think, around there. But now you can actually run them in a team. The only issue is he's a nature unit, he's a fire unit, so they're completely opposites. But you could still probably find use for them. Shizuku, that's overhaul, right? Rarity has been changed to LR and LR plus. Okay, the first evolution has been removed. That's good because I remember evoing this dude and wondering why the hell there's 2 evos instead of 1. Damage increased by around 100% and passive change to deadly critical. So he's a weaker Mihawk. Oh, yep, it says that has transformed into a slightly less DPS full AoE version of Mihawk. That's actually really good. He will most likely be a character that you can use in money grinding still. I used to use him a lot. He's very OP. That's Genos, right? Yeah. Genos got his damage increased by around 600%. That's going to make him a easy meta Bright Burning Warrior team. Says he's a full AoE flame too. If you have Fallen One on him, oh my god. Esper Rival, that is... Oh yeah, we're getting to the parts where I haven't seen it. Esper Rival, that's the dude that has Despair for early beginners. Damage increased by around 400%. Manual now also deals 5 times damage with the Sunburn passive to all enemies affected. That's good. Oh, I know. This is the dude that has the fire. Never mind. I was wrong. Hoku, that is Goku. Damage increased by around 500%. And then stamina buffed to... Oh, no, that's Deku. Stamina buffed to 10 mil instead of 9999. Oh, this is the infant... Not the infant. This is the 100% with Eri on his back from the Overhaul arc. I use him a lot. GT Goku, damage increased by around 1,000%. Dude, I use him a lot. I have Honored One on him. Oh my god, that's amazing. Pure Archer, that is, what's his name? Uryu from Bleach. Damage increased by exactly 100%. Passive changed to Decay and Raise Attack instead of Raise Attack and Decay on max upgrade. And then it has a new secondary passive. Increase this unit's attack by 10% per unit in range. That is... Okay, so you need placements for him. So Streamliner would be, like, the best option for the units on your team for that. Tanjiro. Damage increased by around 200%. And this unit is now hybrid after upgrade 4 is reached. That's really, really good. Because he was getting power crept. He is a very good unit, and I'm pretty sure he came out last update. No, not update. Last anniversary update. Reaper Girl Mila, I forgot her actual name. Damage increased by around 900%. That's good. She's a very good Madness unit. And now this Ichigo also got a buff. She'd worked perfect with a Bloody Hunt team with him. Mage Child, that is I forgot his name. Screw it. Damage increased by around 300%, and then Mark II damage increased by around 300%. Rudius, I forgot they actually say his name. So yeah, he's still a meta crit because that's insane. Adarante, damage increased by around 800%. She had she was the strongest poison unit back then when before they nerfed poison, but they literally said it. She was absolutely gutted after poison nerf, but now she's getting a chance to redeem herself. She's an OP unit. She's very good. Pain, damage from summons has been doubled. That's actually pretty good. Luffy, damage increased by around 1,000%. Increases the damage of all treasure hunter units in range by. Oh, so he's a category buff now for a treasure hunter. For every treasure hunter unit in your team, Luffy will gain 20% extra damage. Okay, so you need to bring him for a treasure hunter team. Hunter Kid, that is that's Gone, right? Damage increased by around 300%. Yeah, he's a more usable rage passive unit now. Rebalances. Is this the end of it? Yes, it is. Peem LR plus, damage decreased by 50%. New superpower over superpower and Black Flash. Huh. All SPA based farms. Includes Vending Machine, the weakest SCR Ramen Guy, and Dennis. These farms will now give cash per wave. Aw, you just nerfed it so much. Now, momentum is useless on them. These farms now have a new secondary passive. Hardworking gives 20% of their cash every SPA cycle. Oh, never mind. I need to keep momentum on Vending Machine. Vending Machine, Ramen Guy, and Denji give more money now to accommodate for the new cap. Okay. Yeah, that was all the changes. I believe there's going to be another change. Mainly the UI, because if you've looked at all the sneak peeks, there's going to be new UI changes. Like that's Boss Killer, I think. Not Boss Killer. That's the legendary trait. I forgot the name of it. This is going to be a new endgame mode, which I will be doing a video on. This will most likely be the new UI, which I love it. It looks amazing. And then this is basically the full UI. You'll be able to see their passives. You'll be able to see everything. But this UI looks amazing. But there is 12 minutes until the update. I'm going to go get ready for it. Probably edit this video. And I hope all of you guys enjoy the update just as much as I'm going to enjoy it.